I'm not able to have sympathy for Meg. I just can't, because that argument with Andrada, it was just misdirected anger. You should have been fighting with Dejan. Dejan was the issue. But you wanted to now puff up your chest. You even said, girls, watch this, as you went to go and fight her. Who do you actually think you are? I cannot have any sympathy for you. You deserve the treatment you're getting because you don't know how to have a backbone to the man that is giving you the headache. You want to just displace it on the women. That argument with Meg and Andrade today really pissed me off. I actually had to go outside and touch grass because I said, there's no way I'm getting high blood pressure from a TV show that I'm choosing to watch. Nah, it can't be real. It cannot be real. Anyway, tonight's Love Island. Alright, so obviously it started off with the aftermath of the movie night. And then Andrade and Ben obviously had their chat. They basically beefed because Ben was just like, I don't know why you're always piping up. And she walked away. Then Shakira and Tony were having a chat, and I loved, they're the wise girls. They're out there clocking how Dejan and Harry are the most manipulative people. We've been saying this, and how Meg is a massive hypocrite. Yeah, we've been saying this. Acting like she's a mummy Meg, but she's a mean girl, in fact. Yeah, we knew this. Helena then had a chat with Harry, and honestly, this woman, I don't think she will ever stand up. I honestly, as tall as she is, she does not know how to stand up, because what the heck was that? This man was just there scoffing his mouth with popcorn, dismissing everything she said. And then she's just like, all right, so that's another boundary there. No touching people. And that was it. I'm like, how does this man get away with everything? And he just like, oh, you just have to act up for the boys. What? Then Lauren and Harrison have a chat. And what pissed me off was Harrison was basically blaming everything on Tony and making it sound like Tony's the one that's causing the issue when he's the one that's flirting. Like, what the heck? And it just really annoys me, this whole situation. And then I found it interesting that he was like, oh yeah, I had a chat with Tony and I got what I wanted from that. So basically what you wanted was that ego boost, and you got your ego boost. Anyway, Tony and Cash then obviously have a chat, and he asked her how she's feeling. She was like, oh, I'm feeling exposed and vulnerable. Then Harrison comes over. I was just like, nah, you know what, Cash? You actually have every right to crash out, because this man needs to leave your girl alone, because you're trying to crack on with her. He is a waste man. Like, you need to crash out, Cash, because I'm not having this. And then Tony obviously told him that she was happier with Harrison. Obviously, my guy was eating that up. I'm telling you, in it, he was eating that shit up. And obviously, he went and then told the boys later on. I was just like, girl. And then Dejan and Meg had a chat, and Dejan was obviously just like basically saying, oh, I call all my friends baby girl, and he was like, oh, with this whole closed off thing, like anything can change, I can take it back, basically. And obviously it sounded like Meg was basically begging for him not to take it back, so she still wants to be closed off with him, which I find absolutely insane. Then obviously she was like, you're playing a game. As soon as she says you're playing a game, that's when he walked off. That's when you walk off. Clearly, can you not see that is literally evidence of his behaviour and his game plan? Like, how do you not see that? And then obviously as he walks off, she starts crying. Now, the new addition to the Mean Girls are Lucy and Lauren. So they obviously go over pandering to Meg crying. I was just like, ugh. And then she's like, oh, I am a mug. I was just clapping because I was like, finally you realise you're a mug. But then later on she took it back that she's not a mug. She's a mug. She's a mug, and this man will continue to mug her off because that is who she is. Then she also goes outside now to the same spot Dejan was when he was lying down yesterday, and she's there, and I'm just like, ugh, girl, both of you are playing, you're both playing a game, but from a different rule book. Andrade then chats to Ben again. They solve their issues. She just says her and Dejan are just surface level flirting. I don't even know if Ben understands what that means, but anyway, they kiss and they make up, so everything's grand with them. Harrison was then bitching about Shakira to Helena, which pissed me off. Or was it Shakira? Yeah, basically saying, oh yeah, it was a bit mean what she was saying. Oh, those things were so deep. I'm like, Harrison, shut up. Shut up and keep Shakira's name out your mouth. Like, I know you're obsessed with her, but shut up. And then, obviously, the argument that pissed me off. So, before she even had this argument, Meg and Helena are quiet, listening in to Shakira and Dejan chatting and Tony, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll see if they'll bitch about us while we're there. Then obviously Shakira and Tony walk past and realise, oh shit, they've heard everything we said. That's fine, whatever. Then Meg is chatting to Helena and she's basically saying, oh, she's done with Dejan. Dejan comes out, he's like, oh, you lot chatting to me. They start having an argument now. Andrada, she tells the girls, like, shh, she wants to listen. Then the mean girls elect, Lauren and Lucy, is it? Yeah, I was thinking, are they their names? Yeah, Lauren and Lucy, then go to Meg to be like, oh, Andrada told us to shush so we can listen to you. I was just like, oh, Lauren, we can see, you see that voice note that came out? Yes, very, very true. You had a game plan. You just want to win. That's why you're trying to put yourself with the mean girls, because you think they're the winners and the fan favourites. No, they are not. Unless you're part of the Facebook mums that vote for them. Anyway, Meg then says to the girls, watch this, as she goes to go and start fighting Andrada. And it just was so stupid. And then she starts raising her voice and she's saying Andrada's the one shouting. Andrada's not shouting. Andrada's not shouting. You're the one that's starting on her. Don't piss me off. Then Andrada is now in the bedroom and she's telling Tommy about it. Tommy's there trying to defend her. No, Tommy, let's not do that. And then Meg comes in. She's like, it's enough now. And then obviously Andrada's like, oh yeah, because you've said so, it's enough. So Andrada continues chatting to Ben about it. And Meg wants to keep talking. Meg, shut up. Meg, how about that? Shut up. Why don't you fight Dejan? This energy you have for Andrada, why don't you give it to Dejan? Because that's where it needs to go. Because what are you doing? Like, how do you not realise that Dejan is the one that's messing you around, but it's Andrada you want to fight? I feel like it's part of the pick me spectrum where you have chat for women, but not the man that's disrespecting you. Anyway, I think that's enough. I need to lay off that now. Then, obviously, the next day or the next advert or whatever, Lucy high fives Meg. She's like, oh yeah, how everyone was on you. You did so well. Game player. Then Meg was like, oh, she's not a mug. Girl, you're the biggest mug. Then, obviously, her and Dejan are chatting the next day. And so funny how yesterday you were saying you're so done with Dejan, but today you're there hugging him and you're saying, oh, people are basically jealous of your couple. No one is jealous of you guys. No one wants you guys. Your friend Helena even said there's no spark between you guys. But anyway, Harrison then makes breakfast for Lauren. And then that's what annoyed me actually. Tony, at the point where Harrison and Lauren are chatting, and obviously Harrison is still blaming Tony for stuff, they kiss now. And that's when Tony comes in to take Harrison for a chat. Takes him for a chat. Harrison, being a little child and that does not know how to behave, starts flirting with Tony again. And Tony, just being a girl, she's just a girl, but this girlhood needs to stop. You need to man up, okay? These feelings, cut that shit. Cut it. We don't want it no more. And, she's basically telling him, you can't be flirting with me and doing this. And he's like, okay, well, you need to focus on cash and I'll focus on this, But it was still kind of it was just a weird conversation. I don't really know. Then Cash obviously was chatting to Andrada and Yasmin, and he's feeling insecure because he's now feeling like he's an option / a second choice. And I really felt for him. And I just feel like Tony's giving Harrison the ego boost that he wants, because he asked her, so like, do you want to rekindle things? And she's like, yeah. And this man is there like, okay, I guess I have to think about things. Oh, Tony, stand up. I want you to stand up on 10. Tony, how many toes do you have? You have 10. You got to stand on all of them, as Amaya Papaya said. Come on, Tony. And then Meg has a chat with Helena, and she had no smoke for Helena. Helena said a lot worse about you and your couple than Andrada, but you had smoke for Andrada. That's crazy. It's because she knows she needs a backup crew, and Helena's the only one that will be her backup dancer. Connor and Shakira have a chat, and Connor's trying to stick it on Shakira. And then I just love that Shakira was just like, look, we're friends. I feel like she kind of friend-zoned him in a really polite way. Hopefully he knows that's what it is. Billy Kiss and Boys have a chat, and it was just so funny because her Nigerian side came out so quick when she was like, this guy's funny. And it's like she was trying to her ancestors, like, what am I doing? This atmosphere. It was just so funny. Then Harrison and Tony... this is what pissed me off. Oh, this is going to piss me off. I'm running out of time.